You're ready to play solo gigs, but how do you get booked? Today, I'm going to share how I book myself for solo gigs. My name's Michael Rock. I perform at bars, restaurants, wineries, and events all over Northern California. And this process I'm going to show you today is what I do to book myself for all those types of gigs. I don't really use this approach for original bands that are looking to play at music venues and sell tickets in the traditional original music venue type of format. This is just the method I use to book myself for solo acoustic cover gigs. In this video, I will discuss researching the right venues and making a list, creating outreach communications about you, your music, and what to include in those communications, requesting your rates and what you might get paid or not, key promotion elements, and a few last tips and methods to try because booking yourself is a hustle. And sometimes you gotta go through the side door, or the back door, or a window to get that gig. So first we're gonna talk about how to research venues. Start a list of places you know that have live music where you would like to play. Also just do a lot more research because there's a lot of places that might have live music that you don't know about. Start your research and start a list of places that have live music. I use a spreadsheet. You could use a Google or Word doc or whatever is best for you to organize this information. Here's an example of my venue list document and what I include in it. The first column, I have the venue name. Second column, the location and address of the venue. I have an email column for contacting the venue or someone who might work there. If I get a reply or I might know who I need to reach out to, I'll put point of contact, so I'll put a name of someone there if I have that, usually after a reply. Social media handles or names of their most active accounts. Notes, and I might put a website address in there or any notes about the venue, like what days they have live music, what social accounts they are most active on, and anything else you might find important for yourself. Quiet and intimate, loud and crazy, etc. I use the notes section for that. Next, we're going to create an outreach email template for email and for social media for direct messaging. Here's what my Google Doc template looks like for email and for direct messaging on social media. Okay, here's my Google Doc with my outreach template for email and social in it. I'm going to go over the email one first. So here I have my general email constructed right here. First, I start off with who I am. My name is Michael Rock, and I'm writing to ask about performing music at fill in the blank venue. So first include who you are, then state the venue you're reaching out to. So it's personalized directly to the venue. Also then with your template, you can just switch out the name of the venue. Briefly and concisely describe what type of music you play. I've put, I am a solo musician performing Americana and classic folk rock from the 70s with a little 80s and 90s mixed in. Next, I mention how long I have been performing in the area and any local venues I might have played at. I just list a handful of breweries, wineries, and I mention that I play at private events as well. If you haven't been playing at any venues, just skip this part. I like to mention that I have all my own equipment and how long I play. I like to let them know that I don't need anything from you, equipment-wise, and this is how long I usually play, 2 to 3 hours. Next, I provide a video link of myself performing. I have a link to a YouTube cover video I made playing a Neil Young song, Heart of Gold, so that they can quickly see what I sound like and what I look like. If you don't have a video of yourself, I would suggest choosing a fairly common cover tune you feel you play well and record yourself performing it, even if it's only for 1 minute and not the whole song, and include this in the email. Lastly, I ask if they have any available dates coming up in the next few weeks or months that I might be able to perform. So I say, please let me know if you have any upcoming dates that I could perform at fill in the blank venue. And I simply say, thank you for consideration and have a great day. I have a link to my website, and also for a YouTube video, it'll attach a little thumbnail so you can click on it and kind of see that it's a YouTube video in the email. Send it and wait. Forgot to describe the direct message for social media, but it's just the same, just shorter. Say thank you, send the email, and wait. Usually if I don't get a reply within 7 days, I will then follow up, just to put it at the top of their email inbox again. I typically don't mention money in this email. We're just looking to get a reply and establish some communication first. In my experience, there's a lot of this. I will send a bunch of emails to 15, 20 places, and maybe one gets back, maybe two gets back. Sometimes more I'll get back, but I get a lot of no replies. So get used to it. You've gotten a reply, and they're gonna probably have a few questions for you. So this might be where you discuss requesting your rates and talking about what you might get paid. It's good to know what you want to earn hourly for performing. This number is what you would be happy with to get paid hourly to perform, and all the work that's involved with doing that. For me, I like to shoot for $100 an hour. So if I'm playing a 2-hour gig, $200, 3-hour gig, $300, and that I may ask for tips. Many places will not pay this much, so there's a lot of factors in that, but it's good to know what you would like to get paid and what you feel you are worth. You've landed a gig, you've confirmed a gig, they've booked you. Now I'm gonna cover some key promotion elements. First, you're gonna wanna create a simple social post and mention the venue on your social so it's easy for them to share and see that you're promoting your performance. I like to create a couple simple graphic templates for social posts. On these templates, I'll have the text in place, so if I'm playing at a different venue and a different date, I'm just simply updating the text and I'm not creating a new photo, image, and a whole design every time. I am just updating the venue name, the date, and the time. Here's an example of what one of my social posts might look like, and I use Canva to create these. So let's go into Canva and I'll show you what one of them looks like. So here's what a brief social post might look like that I use for, say, Instagram. I have my little logo of just with my name up here. I never change that. The only things I change are the venue name, which I usually put right here, and then below it is just the date and the time. The nice thing about Canva, it's pretty easy to use. I also have the app on my phone, so I can easily just open this on my phone, and if I get a new gig at a place, I will just update this, the name of the venue, and then I will update the date and time, and then I'll save it, and then I have a social post. Then, like on Instagram, say, I'll use this and then I'll tag whatever venue it is, so then they'll see it, and then they usually just reshare this image that I've created. I would just make one design that you really like, maybe that shows a photo of you, and then it just has those two fields that you update: venue name, date, and time you're playing. And then by creating a template like this, it's just gonna be really easy for you to quickly update when you get a new gig, just the name and the date and time you're playing. And then you got a social post really quickly that you can share with the venue, and they'll be really stoked you did. All right, so finally, here's the last few tips you might try if you're not getting any replies from your emails and your social media outreach, and you're still just having silence. Booking yourself is a hustle, and it's a lot of knocking on doors constantly and just trying all kinds of different ways. So here's a few last tips that you can try if you're not getting any replies. Go see other local musicians, where they're playing, and go to one of their shows. Watch them perform, and then introduce yourself and ask them and inquire about how they got booked there. Who did they talk to? Typically, musicians want to help each other. Second recommendation is, I would say, go to the venues where you want to play and go introduce yourself to the staff and ask them if they have live music, who does the booking, if you could get a name or a contact or an email. And ask the staff's name so that when you do the outreach, you can say, hey, I talked to so-and-so, and they said to reach out to you about booking, and then you can give them your template email that you've created. Booking yourself's a hustle. It's communication, email, direct messaging, going to a place, talking to other musicians, talking to the staff, and just talking to locals. I mean, it's, you know, every door and window and back door, side door you can knock on. Sometimes that's what you have to do to get the gig. But that's part of booking yourself, and that's part of outreach, and that's part of the hustle. Okay, so let's quickly recap your list of things to do to get yourself booked. Number 1, research the venues you want to play at and make a list. 2, create your outreach communication template for email and direct messaging on social media. 3, email those venues, and if you don't hear back in 7 days, follow up. Decide what you want to be paid so that when that time comes, you're ready to negotiate. Once you're booked, create some social media template graphics to help promote your performances. Lastly, on your quest to get booked, if email outreach communications and social media outreach communications don't work, start talking to local musicians, going to local shows, going to the local venues that you want to play at, and talking and asking the staff. Just start knocking on doors in the real world and go out to the places that you want to play and start inquiring in person. That is the process I use to book myself for my solo gigs. I hope some of these methods can help you get yourself booked and start playing some music wherever you live. Thank you for watching, and if you found anything in this video helpful, please consider subscribing and checking out some of my other videos. My name is Michael Rock. See you later.